Okay, so I did get these off Amazon. They're silicone sheets, like a baking mat. You'll need, obviously, a tray. You can either use parchment paper if you don't have these, or if you're like me and you're impatient and you want to use them today and make pizza today, you can use parchment paper as well. I just feel that these work better. You need mozzarella cheese, some cream cheese, and then any kind of pizza sauce will work. I prefer the Balance, Simply Balance from Target. You'll need Himalayan salt, or any kind of salt will work, but I prefer Himalayan salt. You'll need garlic powder and some Italian seasoning and a cheese grater. And the reason I don't buy pre-shredded cheese is it actually has an ingredient that is technically plastic to keep the cheese from sticking together. So I just prefer to grate my cheese. Okay, you need measuring cups, fork and spoon, or you can use your hands for most of the time, but you'll need something to stir. And then I have 2 different bowls, so you guys see why. And then you'll also need your choice of toppings. We're choosing pepperoni and sausage. And the sausage has already been pre-cooked. And then the main ingredient is almond flour. Typically I get mine at Walmart. For a 1 pound bag at Walmart, it was 9 something, and then I believe this was either 12 or 13 for a 3 pound bag at Costco, and that's typically where we shop. So I got mine at Costco. So as we go along with this video, I will leave everything as far as the measurements and everything down below for you guys. Typically, this is just ingredients that I've added to the fathead pizza crust. So the Italian seasoning and the garlic is not actually on the original recipe. It's just something that I've added. Okay, so you guys ready to get started? Alright, thumbs up? Alright, let's get started. So one thing I did forget to add is I wear gloves for everything, less washing my hands. Now I'm going to shred 2 1/4 cups of mozzarella cheese. Put that in the bowl. Then I'm going to add 3 ounces of cream cheese. I'm going to microwave the cream cheese and the shredded cheese together for 30 seconds each time, and do that for about 1.5 minutes for one batch of the pizza crust. And after 30 seconds, I'm going to stir it each time. Now you want to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. You can either do this in the beginning of doing the whole pizza, or you can do it now. It's up to you. Put that in there for 30 seconds. I'm going to go put my flour and everything else together. Alright, so I'm going to use 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. I'm going to level it out with my knife. And then I almost forgot, you guys, 1 egg. You need 1 egg. You need to beat 1 egg. Once you have that nice and mixed, I'm going to add the seasonings into my pizza crust. Alright, so I add garlic powder and I add Italian seasoning. It's up to you. I usually use about, I would say, anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Stir the cheese and make sure it's nice and blended. And then I'm going to take the egg, pour it in the bowl, and then I'm going to add the flour. Now the cheese and the cream cheese is pretty hot still, so I start it with a fork, and then I go in with my hands, and I will actually make sure that it's all nice and mixed well. And you want to make sure you knead the dough. The more you knead it, the better it will be. So you want to make sure everything's mixed well. Yes, the dough does stick to the gloves quite a bit, but I prefer that because a lot less cleaning my hands, as I said in the beginning. Alright, so now I'm going to take the dough, I'm going to split it into 2. And then I'm trying to get the rest of the dough off my gloves by kind of patting it down, putting it into a ball. Now you're going to want to take the silicone baking sheet. See how perfect that is? Clean hands. So you're going to take the silicone baking sheet and you're going to place it on top. And then I use my wooden rolling pin. And now it doesn't take much pressure to roll this dough out. It is not like regular pizza dough. So just a warning, it doesn't take much pressure. It rolls out pretty good. And you want to do about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. It's up to you on how thick you want your pizza. Once you have that all rolled out, as you can see, I have my 2 little helpers here, and we did actually make individual pizzas for them as well, and we had them roll them out themselves and put the toppings on and everything. Alright, so as you can see, the baking mat is clean. Now I'm going to put the baking mat with the pizza on it, the pizza crust on the pan. And I'm going to take both of the pizza crusts, now that they're all rolled out, put them on the middle rack of the oven at 400 degrees, preheated, for 12 minutes. You can go a little bit longer if you like your crust a little more crispy. I don't. I like it like a regular pizza crust. And now you're going to take, once the 12 minutes is up, you're going to take the pizza dough and you're going to flip it with the spatula. That way it browns and it's even, it cooks even on both sides. At least that's what I've found. This is not recommended. This is something that I just do. And now I'm going to cool off the pizza crust faster. I take the pizza silicone mat, baking mat, and I place it onto the countertop. Now this is something that I preference. This is something that I just did. It was not in the original recipe. Take butter and garlic powder, heat it up in the microwave, and I take my butter brush and I apply it to the edges and the top of the pizza. It makes the crust a little bit more soft, so it's not so crunchy. Get that nice and coated. Plus it adds a little bit more flavor. Alright, so now I have my little helper ricaya. And I take about 2 heaping tablespoons of pizza sauce of your choice. And I try to spread it out and get it even on there. You can put a little bit more or a little bit less. It's up to you on how much pizza sauce you actually like in your pizza. Once I get that all done, now I add a little bit of cheese. And then I top it with my first topping, which is pepperoni. You don't have to put this much pepperoni on if you don't like to, but we really like pepperoni in our family, so, well, at least me and Maurice do. The girls, not so much. They like cheese pizza. And then I add some sausage. And now I'm going to add some more cheese. Be careful with this. A little cheese goes a long way. When it melts, it spreads out pretty fast. So it can get kind of messy. Alright, so now I'm going to put the pizzas back in the oven at 400 degrees for about 7 minutes at the max. And I actually put them on, now I took them out of the oven, I'm going to put them on tin foil, and I can actually cut on the tin foil and not scratch the countertop. So there's a quick tip for you. I cut the pizza like I would a regular pizza. It tastes, to me, better than a pizza, and it's a lot healthier for you. I hope you guys enjoy this. Here is our slice of heaven. Ooh, there we go. Look at that. See the crust? Everything is perfect. Perfect, perfect. You want to try some? I'll try some. You're going to take me? Go ahead. Do it. They're so good. So good. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy and it tastes delicious. Can I have that? Thank you. Alright, you guys say bye? Bye. Have a good night. See you in our next video.